Health is a personal matter for most people. How can an organisation of Medibank's scale and omnipresence make relevant and meaningful connections with all of its customers?
Yeah, so scale is pretty important in our category. So it's kind of good to be big, because with big comes an opportunity to obviously pass savings on to our member base. I don't think that we actually walk away, however, from the individual member, and that we would maintain that moments of truth through the value chain will actually define our success of keeping personal connections. Ultimately, a lot of the discussions will happen one-on-one, and our challenge is to make people feel very individual and certainly not a member number. We're striving to do that. So the balance for our business and our challenge is remaining big and large and ubiquitous in the Australian market, while still having an individual feel as though, when they come, that they're actually having a very personal discussion, and that is certainly our goal.
In an age where healthcare systems are highly stressed and there are widening gaps between consumers' expectations and likely rewards, what is the opportunity for Medibank to help consumers manage their health?
Well, I think that our business and the transformation we're going through is moving away from something that is reactive. So our business, its history has been in obviously paying medical bills through our insurance. The brand journey that we've been on of recent times, post some of the acquisitions we've made, is actually trying to become a lot more proactive when it comes to our members' health. And it's very important that we sort of step away from a traditional insurance model and almost like reposition the insurance proposition, the health insurance proposition in this market. And we do that by, again, providing services and interactions. They're a little bit more upstream than our members have been used to. And clearly it's in our members' benefits to try and work with us in managing their health. And we think that we're quite well equipped to do that. Obviously the journey we need to go through is have our business Medibank be known for things more than just paying insurance. But that's the journey we're on right now.
Private health insurance is in some ways an invisible product. The brand is experienced the most in the context of payment transactions. What is the role and value of brand in that market?
I think the role of brand is critical. We're a market that's moved from 5 key competitors to 13 very active competitors over the recent period. And it's all about being in the consideration set. Okay, and I think that the equity we've been able to build in our baseline brand has been very powerful to be in that consideration set. Now, being in the consideration set is one thing. Moving people into an acquisition or a purchase with us is the next. But I'm really quite pleased with the role that our brand plays in at least opening dialogue, right? So an opportunity for us to at least have any type of interaction with either a prospect or an existing member based on the equity of the brand that's been built over time, I think is very, very powerful. Keep in mind that the insurance proposition is about peace of mind for a lot of the segments, and with peace of mind comes, I would really like to know the business that I'm working with. So as the competitive set has grown, there are brands that people are not familiar with. I think the advantage that we have is that we're very well known, we're very well trusted, and we're a national brand that has been certainly a leader in the category for a number of years. And I think that puts us in good stead when people are considering their choice of private health insurer.
The private health insurance market is flush with smaller competitors fighting on price, targeting specific segments, and often through aggregators that help simplify decisions. How can your brand compete at a time when competitors and channels are becoming more flexible and responsive? What are your strategies for success?
Yeah, so I think our business has become a whole lot more flexible and responsive. I think our business needs to take its advantage of size and scale and translate that through to opportunities of engagement. Our business has a very large member base. With that member base comes opportunity for deeper relationships. So yes, on the one hand, the competition has been very good at sort of moving us forward down the technological path. I think our brand is very, very strong, and with that brand strength comes an opportunity to take a member and reposition the relationship. So I think that whilst there is a certain remoteness that is emerging in the transactions between private health insurers and their funds, our challenge is to actually try and swim the opposite way and get deeper, richer relationships and move out of a transactional relationship more into a health partnership that supports our purpose for better health.
Technology is playing an increasingly prominent role in healthcare, from health hubs and apps to online GP consultations. How can your brand avoid the risk of becoming less customer focused and more tech focused? How can it maintain that human connection?
Yeah, so I don't think necessarily that changes in technology actually move you away from being customer focused. In fact, I'd argue the other way in a lot of the segments that says when you improve technology, you actually improve the connection points between our business and our member base. Now, that is still very customer focused. That we can actually are in the technology game of putting, I guess, virtual consultations is a very customer focused initiative. That it actually doesn't happen face to face doesn't make it any less powerful. I think that we as a business have made great inroads in that sense. This will be a segment play as well. I think that there'll be some segments who will quite like the technology advancements in remote claiming. Okay, I don't need to actually go to a physical location and that transaction can actually be sorted remotely. But again, I think that the technology changes will in fact give customers a sense of this business is providing something that's closer to suits my needs based on the broader expectations that people now have about large organisations and the capability that technology provides them in the transaction world.